Can you see me?
Ah, what's good, Tmelle? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's great to see you. It's been a minute.
Right. I think I seen
Right.
you at the Bad Boys. Was it the movie premiere? Did I see you
Yes, I was fucked up that night. Excuse my
there?
language.
See, I
Yeah,
wasn't judging. I wasn't judging.
yeah. So for those that don't know, Tmelle is like my little sister. So when I first started in this whole media industry, she was one of the first individuals that I sat down with. You remember at Nancy's Pizza?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That was the
so
spot. That was the spot.
right. And then we went on to wait, was it Busy Magazine? What was it
BT
called again?
Magazine. Yeah, I was on the cover
Busy
of that. Yeah.
Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we go back. So that's like my little sister. And then actually, and I also attended your showcase because you performed at Brian Michael Cox event
Yep.
and you killed it as usual.
Thank you. Thank you. That was.
Anytime.
I was just at the tavern, right?
Yep, at the
I was
tavern.
just there. I think I was, at Piedmont Park. I was working out. I was like, yo, that was one of my funnest shows. Like, it was so fun. It was so fun. It was a fun show.
So, what made you fall in love with music?
Well, I always say that music chose me. I didn't really choose music.
Okay.
Well, because my father is a music teacher, so
Mhm.
he plays like every instrument fluently. And so I guess I came out singing, you know what I mean? So my mom and my dad always said I was singing before I could talk. So I really didn't choose music. It kind of always chose me. So when the opportunity presented itself, like I'm talking about like all the way from like pre-K, when it was like, so Tmelle, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like,
Yeah.
period, a singer, that's it. A musician, that's it. I don't want to be everybody want to be doctors, lawyers, nurses. I want to be a singer.
So, once you decided that, you know what, the music industry is the path that I want to go to, as far as like talent shows, name a few artist songs that you performed.
With
No, that you performed their music at talent shows.
of
Yeah.
course, Destiny's Child. We did a little SWV. Escape. I mean, we did a lot of the great R&B 90s R&B artists. So I mean, I think we did some Jodeci, like we did a conglomerate of different things. Like we made gospel songs of different solo artists. We made that because when I say we, I started off in a female group when I was a kid. So we
Yeah.
started off singing like, just a regular tonight, like, little stuff that, that group.
See, that's a professional right there, just singing what she needs to sing. So, how did you end up meeting Left Eye and you end up being in the group Egypt?
Well, at the time, we weren't even named Egypt. Left Eye named us Egypt. We were called Angel. But it was just a girl group that was around the way. And I used to live, when my parents split up, I moved in this apartment complex with my mom. And this guy, he ended up being like a music manager. And I used to be singing around the building, singing my little Beyonce, whatever I was singing. And he was like, yo, you need to join my girl group. And I was like, huh? What you mean? So he ended up linking us together and we clicked. And I was like the baby of the group, and they just took me under their wing, and I joined the group. But the reason why how we met Left Eye, they went to church with Left Eye's family, and Lisa, I know Lisa was from Philly. You know what I mean? So her mom, grandmom, everybody was in Philly. Lisa was, of course, way successful, Grammys, all that stuff, but she was in Atlanta. But her family still resided in Philly. So we met her through her uncle, who unfortunately, rest in peace to Uncle Kyle. He just passed recently. But her uncle, who was her designer, went to the church also. And the girls grew up, as the kids singing in church and singing solos. And he ended up seeing us sing one day on one Sunday. He was like, "You gotta meet these little girls. You gotta meet these girls, Lisa." Lisa was like, "I got black, you know, I'm good.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Just meet them," you know what I mean? And it just history. I cut school and went to go meet her in New York. And yeah, she loved us.
So when you first met Left Eye, what was going through your mind?
Honestly, I know this is bad to say, but I didn't really, I knew, of course I knew of TLC and stuff, but
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music, so I didn't really understand like how big I'm talking about before I met her. Like, I knew Left Eye, you know what I mean, but I didn't know,
Yeah.
like, of course I heard Waterfalls and Scrolls and all that stuff, but I didn't really know how big, like the biggest female group of all. Like, I didn't understand that magnitude, especially as a kid. So it felt surreal because she believed in us. So I was just more happy with her believing in us. But the most thing that I love, and the most special thing in my heart, is that I didn't fall in love with Left Eye. I fell in love with Lisa. Like, I loved her for her. I didn't really understand the magnitude of who she was. It was just what she spoke, the way she carried herself, the way she would give us knowledge, and the mistakes she made as a kid. Like, it was surreal. So that's what I loved about her, and still love about her to this day.
So tell us about the trip to Honduras.
It was crazy. No TVs, no radios, no nothing. It was just the earth and some vegetables, and we couldn't eat junk. So we initially went there to shoot a reality show, like a Making the Band type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, of course it took a turn because she had a vision, and she kind of, the trip took a turn before the accident took place. But it was just more so like, we want to get these girls, and they called it the bush. We would take the girls to the bush. We got cameras everywhere, and we gonna get the whole thing on camera. And MTV was actually MTV had like paid for us and everything to go there, and the camera crew and all that stuff.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be just like a Making a Band without all the TV and the world. It's just you and the nature.
So I don't want to go into detail as far as the accident is concerned. So I just want to know, have you fully recovered from it?
No, I don't think it's something I would ever fully recover from. But it's definitely, I will say, like, my family, a lot of people have checked on me today. It's always a tough day for me, and it's like I feel heavy. You know what I mean? So so it's definitely changed me. It's definitely something that you just don't get over, somebody that you love so much, and being so close to when they, have their last breath. That's something that I don't wish on anybody. And, even with rehabilitation with me and learning how to walk again and just different things, and still going through the hurt was like the hardest thing, you know what I mean, that I still go through to this day.
So Left Eye has experience in this industry with artist development. So I'm sure she molded you to an artist which you were able to sustain to become a solo artist. So how does it feel being a solo artist when you started off as a group member?
It's dope. I think it definitely prepared me for being a solo artist, being in a group. and we're still super cool to this day. The group, shout out to Egypt. I love them. They're like my sisters forever. But yeah, it definitely molded me. It taught me harmony. It taught me showmanship. It taught me maturity, because I always was like super immature.
Yeah.
So it taught me a lot, and I still take a lot of it with me to this day. So life is about learning, experiencing things, learn from your mistakes, growing from your mistakes, and just being a better you. So that's what I take it as.
In a way, you became a trendsetter yourself, because I remember the first day I met you, you had the long ponytail. Yeah. So, what inspired all of your looks throughout the years?
I just always danced to my own beat of my own drum. Like, I think that's why Lisa liked us, because she named us Egypt, because she was like, y'all just have different looks. Y'all remind me of like Egyptian goddesses. So my name was Tmelle, like Tmelle and Nefertiti split up. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, I've always just been weird and different and eclectic and quirky. And, you know, I'm from Philly, so we always kind of just did our own little thing, because, you know, like, if you ain't gonna be you, then you might as well just go to sleep. Like, so I always just try to think of innovative things and different stuff to just make me pop, because I'm a Leo. So, and I don't know if you know much about Leos. So, I mean, that's enough said if you know about Leos.
So tell us a little thing about Leos.
Leos are lions, and see, I'm a different type of Leo. I love
Okay.
attention, but I only love attention when it comes to my craft. I'm
Okay.
not some girls that be like, oh, I need to go to the mall, I need to go to the club, and I need to get every nigga number. And no, I don't care. I don't even want you to talk to me. Like, I don't want you to holler at me. I want to just get what I'm getting and go, and I'm out. But when it comes to my music, I want to get praised for my music. I want to get praised for my craft. So I want the center of attention when it comes to being the best. Because if you don't want to be the best at something, then, bruh, you might as well, like I said, go to sleep. Because you're not trying to make a mark in a you know, just a mark in the world. That's what we are brought here for a gift, and we are brought here for a purpose. So if you're not living in that purpose, then, bruh, you need to figure it out.
Okay. Well, speaking of praise, so let's praise your new single, "Loving You." So what is "Loving You" all about?
Well, it's a remake of Minnie Riperton, "Loving You," her classic love song. Maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, I was kind of introduced to Minnie Riperton. I was a late bloomer. So somebody had heard me sing, and I would always sing like Mariah Carey, like the whistle tones or whatever. And they was like, you remind me of a young Minnie Riperton. And I was like, she was like, study. It was an older lady. She was like, study her. So I was like, okay. So when I studied her, I was obsessed. Like, I was obsessed. Like, oh my God, this is where Mariah gets it from. So I started studying her, and I just would sing "Loving You" all the time. So it got to a point where people was like, why don't you remake that? Why don't you redo it? So I redid it, and it was great. So that was just something to give the people who's been rocking with me for a while, something until my project Dedicated comes out. And that's like the icing on the cake. That's just the appetizer, but the icing on the cake is the project.
Okay. So,
thank you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not even reading comments.
oh no, you're good. So can we get a little snippet
Of "Loving You"?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, baby, yeah. Loving you. I love you. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful, and making love with you is all I wanna do, baby. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, do 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 do.
Okay. So are you working on an EP or an LP?
EP, EP.
EP?
And then the project is coming right afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, how many tracks can we expect?
7.
7?
Yeah.
And what inspired that EP?
Well, it's called Dedicated. It has 2 meanings. The dedicated is dedicated because it's taking dedication to get to this point into my career, everything I've been through, from the accident, from being homeless, from starting all over, from disappointments and, you know, frustrations. So all of that took dedication. And then also I call it Dedicated is because it's dedicated to the artists that have inspired me to do music, from Minnie Riperton to Ashaka Khan to Denise Williams to you know, Janet Jackson, of course, Left Eye. Like, so you're gonna get a little bit of my Tmelle gumbo all in one.
Oh, okay. So if you had a dream collaboration with with anyone, who would that artist be and why?
Well, Kendrick Lamar, I love him. I love his brain. I love the way he thinks. Drake, because he got the ladies, and I'm all for the ladies and empowerment. And, you know, I think we just do a banger together. And, of course, number one, Meek, because we both from Philly, and we shut Philly down with the Philly anthem because we need another one. So, I mean, I'm open. As long as you walking in your purpose and you doing some dope shit to change the world and trying to make an impact, I'm cool. Like, I want to collab. Like, I'm with it. I got a song with Kevin Gates, so check that out. It's called Cross the Line.
So tell us more about that.
We did it maybe like a few years ago. It's crazy. And he had heard my song, he had heard my voice in the studio. I guess somebody like next door in the studio was playing one of my songs. He was like, "Who that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, have her pull up." It was like, "Yo, she live right down the street." I pulled up, skeet, skeet. And he was like, "Yo, let's do something." I was like, "Cool." So we ended up doing Cross the Line. It's about a love-hate relationship, like what relationships is really about. You know, sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. And it was dope. So you gotta check it out. It's on SoundCloud. And yeah, check it out. It's called Cross the Line.
Okay. So for all your current project and your up and coming project, where can everyone find your music?
Everywhere. I'm on all platforms. Just look for Tmelle, Tmelle. I'm on Spotify. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on Apple Music. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Pandora. Actually, add me to your Pandora playlist because my playlist is a vibe. Like the way they mix my music up with other artists, it's a straight vibe. So make sure you add me on Pandora. Yeah, so it's just everything Tmelle. If you follow me, and hopefully you guys are following me, and if you're not, follow me, and you could my link, everything you can. It's super easy access. You could just click, follow. Period.
Cool. So before we wrap up, what would you like to say to your fans that have supported you from day one up until this day?
Well, first of all, I love y'all. Like, the love runs deep. Like, when I do want to give up sometimes, I think about my supporters, and I think about Lisa, and I think about everything I've been through and everything that she's been through to even pave the way, you know what I mean, for artists. And so that's what keeps me motivated. And yeah, that's what I want my fans to know, that I love them, I appreciate them, and I just need your support because y'all keep us going. So the support, every like, every retweet, every repost, we need that because we need to be, and you're not bothering us by doing it because you're introducing us to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, yes. Thank you so much. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, seeing you, nothing but love.
All of it.
Yeah, and then once we're done quarantining, I'm gonna hit you up so we can meet up and chop it up and give them an actual one-on-one next to each other version of this interview. Yeah, like old time.
We saw each other. Whose party was that? That was Becox or 2 Chainz. His event. Remember he had the event.
Oh, for his record label over on P Street at the SunTrust building? Yeah.
That was lit. That was lit.
Yeah. It was for True Music, for his new party.
Everybody was cute.
Yeah. See, we have stories for days.
We gotta get up for sure.
We have to, okay?
All right. Well, much
and
love.
Remember love.
All right. I'll talk to you.
All right, thank you.
Bye, everybody.